Been a few hours, but it felt like days. Only been days, but it felt like months.
What's up, y'all? This is Simple Cooking 305. I'm going to show you how to do a pot roast the 305 way. Stay tuned. First thing first, you get you a pot roast. We have some carrots, rosemary, onion, potatoes, celery, a cabbage, bell pepper, and the seasonings. We're also going to use a little self-rising flour to coat the meat before we fry it, pan sear it. Some people don't like rinsing their red meat, but I like to rinse mine. I love to rinse mine. Pat it dry. First I pat dry my meat on both sides. Now it's time to season. With our wet ingredients, we got the Worcestershire sauce. We have the soy sauce. Not too much, you don't want your meat salty. Now we're gonna put the dry ingredients. Seasoned salt, garlic, nature seasoned blend. I like putting a little Italian seasoning on my meat. Pat that in and do the other side the same way. And that's how you want it seasoned. Pat it in on both sides. Just like this. Now take a little self-rising flour and just drizzle it over on each side before we fry it. Just like this. Turn it over and do the same thing. Just drizzle it all over. Not much, just a little bit. It'll get a good sear. Just like this. Now it's time to pan sear it. Give it that good color. Then we'll get ready to put it in the oven. I'm going to be using olive oil to sear my meat. Let it get hot. And we're going to sear the meat. Have it on high to start out. Then I'm going to turn it down a little bit on medium high. Right now I'm going to test my oil with the flour. If it starts sizzling, it's ready to go. Lay your meat inside just like that. Let it sear. Get the color you want, then we're going to flip it and sear all sides. See how it sears? That's how you want it. Do the side, let's do the side. And a good sear. Sometimes you may need to add a little more oil. Just like that. Make sure you get all sides. You see how it's turned dark? That's how you want it. Coming out real nice. Came out really good with the searing. Now we're gonna let it rest for about 10 minutes. Sitting there, let it rest. In the meantime, we can start chopping up our vegetables. What's gonna go inside the pan for the oven. Okay, I'm gonna use 2 celery sticks. I'm gonna wash that. I'm gonna use 2 carrots. I'm gonna use a half an onion. And I'm gonna use a half a bell pepper. Let's get started. Let me rinse this off. Now that we let the meat rest for about 10 minutes, we're gonna set it inside your pan. Like that. And then put our vegetables all around it. First, I'm gonna cut up the celery. 2 stalks of celery. I cut the ends off of mine. Not to be a perfect size, just cutting it up to get the flavor. Just like this. Place those in here. Set it to the side. Now we're gonna do the bell pepper. Take all your seeds out of the inside. It don't matter the size. You don't want it too small though. Just cut it up. Put those to the side. You got your bell peppers. You have your celery. Now let's do the carrots. You can get you one of these peelers. Just peel a carrot like this. Ends off. Okay, now we're going to cut up our carrots. Don't make them too small and not too big. I like a lot of flavor in mine. So I'm cutting the ends off. Just like this. See, a little more carrots for mine. Like that. There, now let's cut up the onion, okay? Onion all peeled. You don't have to cut your onions small. We just want the flavor. Let's cut it up. Just like this. You don't have to cut it small. Okay, I'm just gonna place my onions inside all around. These onions gonna give it a good flavor. I'm gonna place my bell peppers. Same thing, all the way around. Your carrots. You're gonna put your carrots in. And we're gonna put a little piece of rosemary inside. Put the rosemary in the frying pan, but we can put it inside on the side in the oven. We got the celery. All this is flavor. All of this is flavor. It's gonna come out so good. Beef broth, I'm gonna put some beef broth inside. You don't have to put much because it's gonna make its own water when we cover it and put it in the oven. Just put a little bit in the bottom, just like this. Now we're gonna cover it. Put it in the oven on 350 and let it cook for about an hour. And we're going to come back and check on it. Wait a minute. We forgot our potatoes. Don't forget your potatoes. Let's rinse them off. Let's rinse them off. Okay, add your potatoes. Just spread them around. Just like this. Okay, now I'm gonna season the potatoes with the vegetables. We're gonna use some of the same seasoning we put on the meat, but not much. A little salt, seasoned salt, pepper, a little garlic, now this is a vegetable seasoning I like using, so I'm gonna use a half a packet of vegetable seasoning on the potatoes and vegetables. This is really good. A half a pack, just like this. Now we're gonna cover it and put it in the oven on 350 for 1 hour, and then we'll come back and check on it. And we're gonna stick it in the oven on 350 for about an hour. Then we'll come back and check on it. Okay, I like to use a timer. I'm gonna set it for 1 hour because I like to clean up while that's in the oven, and I'll come back and check on it. I cleaned my kitchen. Now it's time to take the pot roast out. I know I said an hour, but it's been an hour and a half. Let's see what it looks like. Now that looks good. Let's make the gravy. I'm going to use a half a tablespoon of flour, self-rising flour. Half a tablespoon of the cornstarch. A half a cup of water. Stir it up. Now just pour it in. Pour it on each side. Now we're going to put it in the oven uncovered for another 30 minutes, and it should be done. I put the oven on broiler for about 5 minutes so the potatoes will turn a little brown like this. Now I'm going to put a little gravy on top. This came out really good. It smells good. That's all done. Off camera, I made me some steamed cabbage and some rice with gravy. This came out so good. This is how you make a pot roast the 305 way. Thanks for watching.